Greetings, fellow Druids. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Oak Brethren. Episode 6, Building Bedchambers. So when you're defending your castle, or whatever you end up building, there is a defender's advantage, generally speaking, because you can build cover and you can fire from an elevated position. And both of those things gives the defenders a distinct advantage over the attackers. So try not to build your castles anywhere where there's like a significant mountain overview around it, or you won't have the height advantage. And then to make sure to add in these merlins, which gives cover effectiveness, so that you can also defend. So now it looks like we have somewhat of like a hill fort, I guess, without the hill. But it will get bigger and grander as time goes on. I can also do the sort of like design variations for the walls as well. I don't think I'm going to do that at least not right now, but I could at some point. There we go. That's starting to look right. So the game's telling me I don't have enough wood. At this point, I might also want to start actively resowing trees. So off to the south here, because it just seems to be an open field, I'll do 40 birch, 40 field maple, 40 oak, 40 Scots pine, no willow. I don't think I have enough willow. I haven't cut down a lot of willows. And next project will be bedrooms. Got it. So growing those trees is not particularly helpful when I have a current underway construction project needing timber. That's going to be helpful like next year. So we'll also queue up more of the mature trees to get cut down. The reason why I'm targeting mature and dead only is the growing trees don't give you full yield. So like in a pinch, if there's really no other sources of wood, yeah, sure, okay, a growing tree, but the yield difference is pretty great. So like 15 wood off this growing tree that is brand new and growing, and 45 off of a full-grown tree, it's best to select cut, in other words. So this young tree is like 5 wood, this growing tree is 15, the full mature trees are 50, and then the dead trees are 40. Is there a difference with coverage for the stone variants? I don't believe so. Cover is cover. It's the same physics. It's just hit points. There are new weapons now, apart from the last time I played. So there's javelins and throwing axes. So before, the ranged weapons were like siege weapons, which could destroy your stuff, or arrows and crossbow bolts, which couldn't. But now with throwing axes and javelins, they will damage objects, meaning get enough of them embedded in your cover and your cover will break. It's not really a concern of mine exactly, but it's something to think about when we're trying to design more permanent defensive structures, is to make it in such a way that it's not easy to like break with throwing axes. And weapons like throwing axes are really better, honestly, for your attackers, because there's not a lot of stuff for you to break with throwing axes. I mean, they do break shields, to be fair, but there's a lot more for an attacker to damage than for a defender to damage. Am I going to build them out? There's really no point in moaning. Not unless you plan on using a significant amount of like Greek fire or other oils as a update 15 added in a new commander AI mechanic, and the commander AI is essentially like a leader in the battle, which will dictate how the raiding party raids. And they will bridge up. They will build bridges on top of moats. They will build ladders on walls. They will destroy walls. They will dig. They will cut down trees. They basically have designed a way that you can't just turtle perfectly, because historically the game allowed you to like essentially turtle perfectly. So there's a lot of game mechanics now to prevent turtle and turtle strats, which means I'm not gonna, the amount of manpower and man hours required to like dig a significant moat for the very little cover and protection it offers means it's kind of not worth it. It's, in my opinion, going to be better to just hook up our castle with like ballista and shoot people trying to mess with us with giant ballista bolts rather than to, you know, dig a massive moat and have it be bridged in a few minutes. Again, with that said, there is a case where moats can work, and that case is when you set your moats on fire because you filled your moats with oil, and yeah, that changes things. All right, Vec, it is time to cut down trees, friend. Yeah, now is around the right time to start sowing trees so that I don't have to run so far for timber, because we did clear cut a lot of the trees around. And they will naturally, once you sow some trees, once they become adult, they will propagate saplings on their own. So like if you plant one apple sapling, that one apple sapling after a few years will become an entire apple tree grove. Because of the random sapling propagation, which is really convenient. And inconvenient if you like to use trees for decoration, because the trees will start spreading everywhere, which is not true of planted crops. They will not spread on their own. Like how mildew's down here just like munching. But yeah, a lot of the cabbage down here is like fresh for years. And then certain things like barley rots never, you know, we like to see that. Earl raffle? Earl's... Oh yeah, Earl stuck around. I was not planning on having Earl be my pet. I'm gonna release Earl. Mildew, what gender are you? Female? Yeah, I'm gonna release Earl before I end up with a castle full of cats. Barking up the wrong tree. You are Oak Brethren. Cool. So she was found faint and bleeding, a citizen of Oak Hall. From the axe and shattered lumber, Laurentia had clearly experienced a woodcutting mishap. You can stay and heal. Best healer. Zent. And let's also make sure to get a bed. And a raffle going. Finally, population's growing. It took a while. It took a long while for this to happen, but it's happening now. It's also the first female. It's been a bit of a all one gender up until now. There goes the cat army chance. I don't think you guys would want to see a bunch of cats get slaughtered by, like, a well-armed enemy force. She's unconscious? Why? Ikday, thank you for the resub. And Mr. GK, too. I must have missed that. I like how they just get yoinked. He's like, yep, up and at him. You're fine. You're gonna wake up in a castle. Okay, the walkways on the second floor are almost done. Which means pretty soon here I will be setting up the bedrooms. And I chose to have, I think what I'm going to choose to do is to have 2 wide walkways here as well. Increasing the amount of the floor space that I have. Although it's not all... Ooh, you know what I could do? There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Doesn't look so bad. And that will support the floors. So, one thing I have not checked is her biography. She's infirm, so don't get her hurt. Got it. She came with a hatchet and some winter clothes. She likes construction and mining. Oh, yes! You have my attention. Construct and mine to your heart's content. We need that dearly. Nice. I probably am going to want a ranged weapon for her. Again, she's the second person in a row who has been added to our settlement who should not be in the crosshairs. So I am going to unpause the chronicle making so we can start to get bows. Because I am out of ranged weapons. How's my food looking? Very good. Like, really hasn't moved the needle at all. Well, I'll get, there's not going to be a lot more opportunity for, red currant harvests, so there are things like mushrooms that we could start to get as well. Whoa, Quantum! Thanks for all the gifted subs! Holy moly. But yeah, the opportunity to amass more calories for our people is diminishing quickly. I, like, really like the look of this. It's purty. It's a purty base. I hope I will, I'll keep the beautiful trend as I go forwards. Alright, Operation Build the Bedrooms. So current priority right now is build bedrooms. And, I'll build 5 for the people we got. And I think the external walls of the bedrooms are going to be clay brick, maybe? But I don't know, I don't think I am going to make an effort to follow the outside walls exactly. Because I think diagonal rooms is going to be really, really hard to make look okay. Cheers. So before I put anything else in, I want the next stairwell up. Right, because it's like a step-well design. And I made that a brick, yes. Oh, shoot. The, okay, here we go. Viking pastry. That's an odd name for her. You're gonna be Viking. I mean, you did show up with an axe saying you like to, you know, build stuff and cut down trees. A hatchet, to be fair. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna rough this out a little bit. I might actually build it all in clay brick, because I don't think it's going to be too expensive. What is going on? Why does it keep trying to float up a Z level? Okay. Fine. You win. Oh, it's gonna keep doing it? Okay. I'm losing. I think there's like an invisible wall here. There was actually a wall there that... Yeah, okay. It was an invisible wall. Well, they're not huge. But there's one bedroom. And we're going to want a wooden door to it. The only problem with putting the... I might even have like a... Yeah. I'm definitely going to need this walkway anyway. If I want well access. Oh my god, just snap. Snap! There we go. I don't know about windows. Maybe I'll put clay brick windows looking out that we could close. Give them a view outwards. And if I'm not mistaken, I think... Oh, a merchant. I think we can snake around the edges here to get to these spots. They're not impassable. And let's keep making extra bedrooms. What is going on with the, like, invisible walls? I swear, there's, like, a wall there, but I can't view the... Very odd. And it looks like, okay, that started floating. It looks like there's going to be maybe some stability issues. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Mercier, thank you for the resub. Welcome to struggling building basic structures. That's a slightly larger bedroom, but that's alright. And I'll do one more bedroom here. So I might need... Well, we'll see. I might be able to fit all these bedrooms on this floor. If I build out to the edge here. Smaller. Yeah, I could build it in like this. I wouldn't want this corner bedroom. It's awkwardly shaped. But, you know... Someone has to draw a short straw. One thing I like about this design is it's very organic. So it might not be perfect, but it looks like an organic build. Which I think is kind of nicer. So let's add some windows in this structure. One out and one out. Oh, come on. Okay, the game is like, sorry, but that can't be a window. Guess what? It can. Oh, because there's no floor underneath yet. Floor got canceled or something. There we go. And Rayvac, while you're here, I think you're still the highest speechcraft. Yep. Vikings speechcraft is like a 0 or a 1. So you're gonna do the trades too. Keep the content up? Well, thanks. I intend to. Let's see here. Now, I know that I wanted, ranged weapons. I still probably am gonna end up crafting them myself. They're trying to send me rat leather. Why would you admit to it being rat leather? If you had rat leather, wouldn't you say, oh, it's like mink leather? Yeah, totally. It's beautiful and totally worth buying. I'm not really sure they have anything I want to buy, to be honest. Looking at their offerings. I have a lot of hay that I could probably get rid of. So maybe I'll take all their gold coins for, like, hay again. Or as much carry weight as they can carry for the hay. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Because nothing else is really calling to me. Oh, maybe one apple sapling. As I said, with apple saplings, you can plant one and be patient and end up with a bunch. So, let's plant an apple sapling here. And I'll just never cut it. And harvest only when it's ripe. Rack leather can be really soft and is good for slippers? Sure, I'll take your word for it. I'm not trying to contradict you. I just think in terms of the value of different leathers, it's probably pretty low in terms of medieval colony survival. I'm guessing in medieval times you'd want a rugged leather, easy to source, easy to cure. Research. It did say that I wanted wooden weaponry, so we're saving up for that. And then these buildings. So weird thing is, as I build up, the footprint of these buildings might fundamentally change. At the end of the day, though, I don't want to ever cover up the well area. So that needs support too, huh? It's kind of harder to support. Because well, I could support it like that. I had more resources. The problem is it crosses other brick arches. I'll brainstorm on that. So it looks to me like the rest of this project, because I chose to make it all in clay, we're going to need to do more excavations. So let's keep digging up the clay. I'm glad you guys picked clay as a building material, because there's a lot of clay around, and I'm not likely to run out anytime soon, because it looks like it goes deep, multiple tiles deep. And I'll just keep digging it up, firing it up, building with it. Oh, that's a mistake. In hindsight, I might try to fill all the spots so that as I build the levels upwards, I have a footprint to build upwards that is easier to work with. So, this is a bit destructive, but I'm going to change some things around. Maybe what I'll try to do is come up with a design that is a little bit more equally sized and even. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The design is iterative improvements. So if I bring these all the way... Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Then the side rooms aren't horrible. And what I'll do is I'll not put another bedroom on this floor. I'll leave this space designated for something else. So that they're kind of equally sized. I didn't see that little hole in the great room there. Fill that in. There we go. Now it's a great hall again. Why is there water inside my building? Because chat. Also, because it allows you to survive. The TLDR is people can set your base on fire. So if you don't have access to, like, well water, you could find yourself with your base burning down to the ground. So it's also very smart to have well access. Especially if you're building a tower up and up and up. Because the higher your tower, the more close you'll need access to the water. Not sure how to support this one tile there, though. But ignoring that for now, let's focus on making sure we're firing up the kilns. So, I've got so many sticks, it's ridiculous. And they've dug up a whole bunch of clay, so it's just a matter of waiting for the kilns to be done. There's an unreal amount of fish in there? Yeah, honestly, yes. There truly, truly, truly is. There's an absurd amount of fish in that pond. But we're getting the start of some very modest bedrooms. The other thing I could do is I could put a corner piece here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That will let me... Oh, that's not going to help. Never mind. Don't do that. Yeah, we haven't bothered fishing at all, which is why there's so many fish. We've left them alone to propagate. There, I'll just have stone pillars in the center. That will support the roof. And won't mess up the well. Now there's a bunch of, like, what the game says is unsupported, and it's just because I don't have the walls built yet. So it will get filled in over time. Oh, another merchant. Man, when do we become really attractive for all the merchants to visit? I think from here on out, I'll build a merchant stall. It's not where I intend to keep the merchant stall in the future, but just as a place for them to assemble. Making sure I'm selecting the right person. Yes, Beechcraft. All right. You, sir. Do you want to buy hay or sticks? Because I have a lot of hay and sticks. I have no idea why merchants would want my hay and sticks, but they seem to be buying them all the same. So you've got flax seeds, herbs. All right, you have nothing. Like, you've come with 8 coins and some tree seeds and like some bread. You have like travel supplies. It's really strange. So, yeah, I guess enjoy my hay. You're welcome to it. Just keep getting gold coins for hay. Because why not? The other thing, Manic, can you... I'm going to draft you. Yeah, so Manic can get here. It sucks to have to crawl over the So what I might end up wanting is like doors here to gain access to these balconies. I don't think that's bad of an idea. It does put a weak point in the defenses a little bit, because you'll have doors where there's potentially you know, a way to, if we got catapulted in those spots, but I don't think it's that much of a risk. I've cornered the hay market. Yeah. Don't worry, I have so much hay I don't need a bailout. I'd ask you if you like my sense of humor, but I don't believe in straw polls. I'll just keep going. You know? You know that I have a kid, because my dad jokes are terrible. Oh, I missed a piece of clay. At least I can admit they're terrible. So, if I'm not mistaken, 2 of the bedrooms are done. Well, no, this bedroom is done. So let's move... Kadath, you're like building everything. So Kadath, you get to enjoy the first actual bedroom. It's modest as hell, but you're welcome to it. And research available, wooden weaponry. Alright. So the reason I got wooden weaponry is so we could get the Boyer table. I wouldn't mind the woodworking bench eventually. I think what I'm going to do, because I don't really have a good spot for them, is just to plop them here for now. I know it's stupid. I just, again, don't have a spot to put them at the moment. That's better. And this chamber here is a modest chamber for Kadath. So there's going to be a mood benefit sleeping in your own chamber. And to that end, I think clay brick braziers for the chambers are going to be good. And he's eligible for the role of bard, if I wanted to make him a bard. I mean, I don't need a dedicated bard just yet. But it's good to know that the quality of life in this castle is going up enough that I could start getting bards. I have a wry sense of humor. I like it. Jokes are so bad you barely laughed. Oh, goodness. The Society of Fellows Merchant is leaving my settlement. Yeah, get lost, guy. So the woodworking bench here allows me to make wooden mechanical components for, like, bad traps. I can also dismantle crummy wooden things for their base wood. Not all that necessary given that I live in a forest. And then make spears and cudgels. You know, if I wanted to thwack people, which I don't. But if I did. Now that we're day 9 in autumn, and we're heading into winter pretty soon, getting chambers and heating is going to be pretty important. But the last thing I'm going to do this stream is to get the other Boyer table up, seeing that I'm just about out of time, so that we can also start trying to make short bows. And the reason to make short bows is so that someone like Viking, who really should not be involved in melee combat, gets a bow. Because I'd hate for us to finally have the opportunity to add some new people, some fresh blood to our community, only to subsequently get them killed. That would be a problem. Oh, and Mildew the cat gave birth to Nobby. So, yeah, Nobby, you are released to the wild, friend. We don't need Mildew to get incest pregnant. Alright. Kadath quickly made a bow. This bow is for Viking. Ooh, it's a pretty nice one. It's a fine short bow. I think that's better than the one Kadath has. Yeah, Kadath has a good short bow. So now we have, I'll make one more bow. Because we're using a sling, I'd rather have bows. So Kadath, one more time. No, that's deconstruct. Oh god, why is it so easy to accidentally break an entire structure? Kadath, one more bow, please. No, he's already doing it. Mildew multiplied. Yeah. Your community is not in for a fun time when mildew is spreading. Gotta keep the mildew to the minimum. Wait, Kadath, you said you were working on this. I beg to differ. What? Am I out of wood? All I want is a bow, dude. That's it. What is this? What is a bow in this economy? Oh, I don't even have the 20 wood for the bow. Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. He's like, you want a bow? Pay up. You pay the toll. Pay the U toll. You can see why I started sowing trees, because we're having to go farther and farther and farther. It's pretty sparse now. But there we go. So right at the end of the buzzer here, we're getting the bow up for Manic to use, so that we're a community of... We're the merry band of archer misfits. Also, that merchant stall is hilarious. It's so colorful banner. I'm gonna move it in as a centerpiece to our fort. And the other bow is a good one. Perfect. I think it's more damage than the sling, plus the sling only had 18 hit points left, so it's about to break. Sling is 2.5 DPS, and the bow is... no, about the same. 18 range versus, I think, 12 range. So sling does, yeah, 12 range. Sling has slightly more damage, but less range. Pretty significant lack of range. Alright, friends. Well, this is where I am going to leave off for the stream today. Having finished the Great Hall, the kitchen, the root cellar and fermenting area, and one of the 5 bedrooms that are due. Getting ready to kind of move more into the fort and less into this like wooden weird horseshoe shack thing. But this is where I'm going to leave off for today. Thank you for tuning in to Going Medieval Oak Brethren, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Oak brethren.